This is for the week of April 4th to the 9th, and we've got a bunch of stuff going on this week. It's like still in that phase of what we call the setup phase in the farm. So we're doing a lot of planting, transplanting. We're transplanting some kale here today. Mark is also over there harvesting some overwintered kale. So lots of kale happening this week. And here we go. All right, today is Tuesday and we're here at one of our main urban plots, turning some beds over. We just untarped this. This is tarped for about 3 weeks, and at this time of year, because it's colder, the tarps they require more time to work, so it didn't fully kill everything. It did do a pretty good job at mulching most of that, but if I would have left these on for another 10 days, it probably would have really killed it all. So anyways, we're turning the beds over regardless, and we are kind of spot harvesting anything that there might be left to salvage and then turning the beds over like this. We're just spot harvesting that red Russian kale and then just turning it under, and we're going to do the same on this spinach bed here. You can see it's just no longer that nice. You know, it was overwintered. We've already got 2 cuts out of it. So, you know, we're just gonna harvest a bit of what we can, what's nice, and then turn under and then plant the bed again. This week, we're also doing a lot more building. We're building more shelving in our greenhouses. We're in our greenhouse, we're expanding these shelves. We've built a planting area now, which I'm very excited about. We're gonna be planting some microgreens here. And we are continuously expanding on this stuff, and we're right now about to screen some soil for planting microgreens. Got the beds tilled up for our neighbor's plot, and they were pretty hard packed, so we aren't even ready to fork them yet. So we've given them a real heavy watering in today, hand watered them in, and then hopefully that'll make it easier for us to fork them loose tomorrow. So I'm also very excited to tell you that we are pruning tomatoes now. In fact, we're so early with tomatoes this year because of our new passive solar greenhouse. We actually have tomatoes just about ready. I think 2.5, maybe 3 weeks, we'll be picking some of the first tomatoes. This is April 6th today, meaning we might start picking tomatoes by mid-April. That's pretty amazing for anywhere in Canada, let alone a heated greenhouse. But we've got little cherries coming in here. Let me find some for you. Here we go. So we've got, these are all Sun Gold, Sweet Baby Girl, and I think we've got another really light yellow, like Yellow Mini or something like that in here. And we've got about 60 or no, but actually no, we've got about 75 tomatoes here, so we'll be picking a decent amount of tomatoes in a couple weeks, so that's pretty exciting. And right now I'm going to direct seed the first 4 beds in my front yard. I usually wait till at least now to plant these beds just because my house is on, well, this is on the north side of my house, so it doesn't really get too much light until about now, and it's half of the plot. Like, so I'm going to do these 4 beds here. I've got 2 35-foot beds and a 24 and a 10-foot bed. I'm going to plant those out to more greens, red Russian kale, arugula, tatsoi, and mustard greens to be exact. And I'll wait another couple weeks to plant these beds out. The one especially closest to my house, it doesn't really get out of the shade until a few weeks from now. Well, that wraps up our week. Today is Friday. I'm getting on a flight right now to Asheville, North Carolina. I will be attending and speaking at the Mother Earth News Fair there with the likes of Joel Salatin, Elliot Coleman, and my good friend Jean-Martin Fortier. But work on the farm will continue as usual. The guys today will be packing vegetables for the farmers market. We've still got lots of overwintered stuff like spinach and kale. We've also got lettuce now and a few other mustard and tatsoi Asian greens to go in the salad mixes. still producing lots of microgreens, and in about 10 days to 2 weeks we'll start to get the first pickings of radishes and turnips, which is exciting. But one update with the greenhouse before I finish up for the day. I have released my parasitic wasps into the greenhouse, and they are going to, what they do actually is quite interesting. They burrow themselves into the aphid, almost like in the movie Alien, how it puts the alien in your stomach and it crawls out of you. That's literally what happens with these things. I saw the agronomist that I purchased these from. He showed me what they do, and it's pretty crazy. It's pretty sick, but it works. And they will eat aphids until there's no more aphids. So sometimes in commercial greenhouses, what they actually have to do is put what they call a bait plant, a host plant. They put aphids in it so that once the wasps, they'll stay in the greenhouse as long as there's food for them. They'll keep eating aphids, and if they run out of aphids, then they'll actually die. So you gotta, in these big commercial greenhouses, they gotta keep putting something in that's going to produce aphids. So it's kind of interesting. But there's 750 of these little bugs in here, and I've released them. I don't know if you can see some of them in there. They're the size of a small fruit fly, and you can tell they're a wasp because they look like an ant with wings. And yeah, we'll see. Apparently, with the temperatures I have in here of 20 degrees Celsius, that they will kill all the aphids in about 3 weeks. So it'll be interesting to see, and I'll keep you guys posted how all of this goes. Either way, I'm going to get on my flight and head down to Asheville. So we'll see you next week. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And if you want to see more stuff like this, please subscribe to the channel, like and share these videos with your friends, and check out my online course, profitableurbanfarming.com, and my book at theurbanfarmer.co.